నిధవ మగరి గరి తకజం తకడం తకరుం తకని నిధవ మగరి గరి ఇమ పదని తాం తదింగినతో ఇమ మబర్ ఇమ పదని మ పదని సతాం తతాం తదింగినతో తదింగినతో ఇమ మ పద పదని మ పదని మ పదని స పదని సది దని 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 దవ దవ మగరి ఇమ పదని మ పదని స పదని సది పా NavaDarshana
Welcome to the third day of Navaratri, that is symbolized by Goddess Durga as Chandika or Chandraghanta. According to scriptures, this goddess has a half moon shaped like a bell on her forehead. She is a ferocious Durga riding an elephant. Her third eye is always open, signifying that she is ready for war, and yet she is the very picture of peace and calm. Like this Durga, let us always be calm and composed, and yet never shy away from doing what is right to destroy evil both outside of us and within us. My memories of Navaratri or Golu date back to my days in Chennai as a child. We used to keep Golu in my party's house, and my party would provide my sister with a kunguma chimar, and my cousins, my sister and I, we would all be sent out to invite the entire neighborhood for Golu. We would knock on doors of people we knew and people we didn't know. It didn't matter because it was a time to make new friends and to meet up with old friends. It was a time of laughter, of music and dance, and of course, shundal. Start with a Sanskrit verse of the day by Shri Hariharan. This is followed by an Adav session led by Meera Suresh. After that, there is a talk by Professor Dr. S. Raghuraman on the ritual significance and practice. There is then a Gharba session by Nirali, followed by a Devi Kriti by Diksha. We look forward to having you with us. Thank you.
भानु सहस्र कोटि सदृशां केयूरहारोज्ज्वलां बिम्बोष्ठीं स्मितदन्त पंक्तिरुचिरां पीताम्बरालंकृतां विष्णु ब्रह्म सुरेन्द्र वंदितपदां तत्वस्वरूपां शिवां मीनाक्षीं प्रणतोऽस्मि सन्ततमहं कारुण्यवारां निधिं उद्यद्भानु सहस्र कोटि सदृशाम सहस्र कोटिना 1000 கோடி 1000 கோடி உதிக்கின்ற சூரியர்களுக்கு நிகரானவள். அவ்வளோ பிரகாச ஸ்வரூபிணியாக அம்பாள் இங்க தியானிக்கிறார். உதிக்கின்ற சூரியன் உத்யத் பானுன்னு சொல்லணும். பானுனா சூரியன். ஏன் உதிக்கின்ற சூரியன்னா உச்சி சூரியனை பார்க்க முடியாது, கண்ணை கூசும். ஆனா உதய சூரியன் பார்க்கறதுக்கு அழகாக இருக்கும். அதனால உத்யத் பானு சஹஸ்ர கோட்டி சதிருஷாம். ஒரு உதய சூரியனுக்கே எவ்வளவு அழகு இருக்கும். சூரியன் உதிக்கிறதுனா நல்ல செவர்ந்து அதை நம்மளால பார்க்க முடியும். அப்படி பார்ப்பதற்கு தகுந்ததாக ரொம்ப அழகானதாக இருக்கு. அந்த அழகு 1000 கோடி சூரியர்களுக்கு எவ்வளவு அழகு இருக்கும். அப்போ அவ்வளவு அழகு, அவ்வளவு பிரகாசம் மீனாட்சிக்கு இருக்கு. உத்யத்பானு சஹஸ்ர கோட்டி சதிருஷாம். கேயூர ஹாரோஜ்வலாம். கேயூரம் கையில போட்டுக்கக்கூடிய ஆபரணம், ஹாரம் கழுத்துல போட்டுக்கிற ஆபரணம். இந்த மாதிரி ஆபரணங்களாம் உஜ்வலாம், ஆபரணங்களால பிரகாசிக்கிறார். பிம்போஷ்டீம். பிம்போஷ்டினா கொவ்வை பழம் போன்ற சிவந்த உதடுகளை கொண்டவள். பிம்போஷ்டீம். ஸ்மித தந்த பங்கி ருச்சிராம். தந்த பங்கினா பல்வரிசை. ஸ்மித தந்த பங்கி புன்னகை பூப்பதனால் பல்வரிசை மிகவும் அழகாக தெரிகிறது மீனாட்சிக்கு. ஸ்மித தந்த பங்கி ருச்சிராம். புன்னகை செய்வதனால் பல்வரிசை மிகவும் ருச்சிர அழகாக இருக்கு. அப்படி அழகான பல்லு வரிசையை கொண்டவள். பீதாம்பராலங்கிருதாம், பீதாம்பரம்னா மஞ்சள் பட்டு, மஞ்சள் பட்டினால் அலங்கரிக்கப்பட்டவளாக இருக்க. மேலும் விஷ்ணு பிரம்ம சுரேந்திர வந்தித பதாம், விஷ்ணு திருமால், பிரம்மா நான்முகன், சுரேந்திரன் தேவேந்திரன் இவர்களால் வந்தித நமஸ்கரிக்கப்பட்ட திருவடிகளை கொண்டவளாக இருக்காள். விஷ்ணு பிரம்ம சுரேந்திர வந்தித பதாம் தத்துவஸ்வரூபாம் சிவாம், தத்துவம்னா உண்மையின் அர்த்தம், தத்துவஸ்வரூபாம் உண்மையே வடிவானவள், தத்துவஸ்வரூபாம் சிவாம், சிவாம்னா மங்களமானவள் அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம். சிவசப்தத்துக்கு மங்களம் அர்த்தம், கல்யாணம் மங்களம் சிவம் அமரகோஷத்துல. சிவா அப்படிங்கிற சப்தத்திற்கு பரமேஸ்வரனுடைய மனைவின்னு அர்த்தம். மங்களஸ்வரூபிணியாகவும் இருக்காள், பரமேஸ்வரியோட மனைவியாகவும் இருக்கிறதுனால மீனாட்சிக்கு சிவான்னு பேரு. தத்துவஸ்வரூபாம் சிவாம், இப்படிப்பட்ட மீனாட்சி, மீனாட்சி தேவியை பிரணதோஸ்மி சந்ததமகம், சந்ததம் இடைவிடாது, பிரணதோஸ்மி நான் வணங்கினவனாக இருக்கிறேன். இப்படிப்பட்ட மீனாட்சி தேவியை நான் இடைவிடாது வணங்குகிறேன். மீனாட்சி தேவி எப்படிப்பட்டவள்? காருண்ய வாராம் நிதி, ஆறாம் நிதி அப்படின்னா கடல்னு அர்த்தம். காருண்ய வாராம் நிதினா கருணை கடல். இப்போ கருணை கடலாக இருக்கக்கூடிய இப்படிப்பட்ட மீனாட்சி தேவியை நான் சந்ததம் பிரணதோஸ்மி இடைவிடாது வணங்குகிறேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்றார். உத்யத்பானு சஹஸ்ர கோட்டி சதுஷாம் கேயூரஹாரோஜ்வலாம் பிம்போஷ்டீம் ஸ்மித தந்த பங்கி ருச்சிராம் பீதாம்பராலங்கிருதாம் விஷ்ணு பிரம்ம சுரேந்திர வந்தித பதாம் தத்வஸ்வரூபாம் சிவாம் மீனாட்சீம் பிரணதோஸ்மி சந்ததமஹம் காருண்யவாராம் நிதிம்.
Namaskaram everyone, my name is Meera Suresh. I'm a student of Navya Natarajan and I'm from the Bay Area in California, and I'm so excited and honored to be a part of NavaDarshana's Navaratri celebrations, Golu Sevai 2020. I will be presenting 2 artavus today that are very traditional and timeless to Bharatanatyam. These artavus are Ta, Hatha, Jamtarita and Tadditta as Tirman and variations. Wishing you all a very, very happy Navaratri, and I hope you enjoy. We'll start today's artavus with Ta, Hatha, Jamtarita. I thought it would be easiest to first go over the legs and then we'll go over the hands and put it together eventually. So the legs are as follows. Ta, Ha, Ta, Jam, Ta, Ri, Ta. So first there's a jump, and then the right leg is placed down, then dit, dit, day, ta. And on the left side it will go ta, ha, ta, jump, ta, ri, ta. Now for the hands of this step, I'll first show the hands without the legs and then we'll put it together. So we have ta, ha, ta, jump, ta, ri, ta. So first, the jump will be with the Ala Padma, then the hand is outstretched, dit, dit, tay, ta. And the same will go for the left side. Ta, ha, ta, jump, ta, di, ta. So when you do it together with the hands and legs, it should look something like this. Ta, ha, ta, jump, ta, di, ta. Jump, ta, di, ja, ta, ta, di, day. So after you do both sides of Ta, Hatha, Jam, Tarita, you can incorporate a sequence of Tidman artavus. Today I've incorporated with the Karnaka Te, Te, Did, Te, Ta, Te, Te, Did, Te, Ta, Te, Te, Did, Te, which will be danced as follows. Te, Te, Did, Te, Ta, Te, Te, Did, Te, Ta, Te, Te, Did. So when you do the whole thing together, you will do the right side of Ta, Hatha, Jam, Tarita, the left side, and then the Steed Manam sequence will come at the end. And this whole set will be repeated for 3 speeds. So the first speed, we'll do it one time just to go through it and get a sense of what the whole artavu should look like. ta, ha, ta, jam, ta, ri, ta, jam, ta, ri, ja, ja, ta, ri, tei, 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 de, tei, tam, tei, tei, de, tei, tam, tei, tei, de, and then you move to the left side. So now that we've gone over the Ardabu, let's do it together in first, second, and third speed. In the audio that I've used today, the first speed is repeated once on the right side. The second speed is also repeated only once on the left side. The third speed is repeated twice on both the right and left sides.
Dhalang kutaka dikutaka ta dingana tom ta. Ha ta jam ta re ta. Jam ta re ja ga ta re te. Ta ta re ke ta tom ta. De ko ta re ke ta tom te. Ta kita taka ta re ke ta tom ta. Hatta jam tari ta. Jam tari jaga tari te. Ta tari ke ta tom ta. De ko tari ke ta tom te. Ta kita taka tari ke ta tom ta. Hatta jam tari ta. Jam tari jaga tari te. Ta tari ke ta tom ta. De ko tari ke ta tom te. Ta taka tari tom ta. Hatta jam tari ta. Jam tari jaga tari te. Ta tari ke ta tom ta. De ko tari ke ta tom te. Ta taka tari tom.
So the next Ardabu is Taditta. This Ardabu is also very, very commonly seen in the Bharatanatyam repertoire. To learn it a little easier, you can split it into 3 different sections. So I'll show you each section and then we'll put it all together at the end. So the first section of this step goes like this. Ta, di, ta, di, di, di. So that Taditta, the legs go like jump, dit, ta. And the hands will start at Kartakamukha and then change from Alapadma back to Kartakamukha. So, ta, dit, ta, te, dit, dit, te, on your right. Then the second section goes like this. Dit, ta, te, dit, dit. So ditta, you go up on your heels and come back flat. Dit, and your hands will stay in Natyarambam. The palms will slightly move up. Dit, and then te on your left side. Then the last section goes like this. Ta, te, dit, dit, te, te, dit, dit, te. De, de, te. So you'll strike the ta on your right side when you're doing the right. Then te, de, te, te, de, te, de, te. And this whole set will then be repeated on the left side. So when you put all 3 sections together, we'll do it slowly, but it should look something like this. Ta, de, ta, te, de, te, te, de, 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 te, ta, te, de, de, te, te, de, de, te, de, de, te. So in the audio that we're going to use to do all 3 speeds right after this, the first speed is done on the right side, the second speed is done on the left side, and the third speed repeats twice, once on the right and once on the left.
Kuta dikita tom ta. De ta. Kita taka ta dikita takka thatti kitta tom. Kitta takka thatti kitta tom. Thatti kitta tom. Ta te ta. Kitta takka dhari kitta tom. Te ta. Kitta takka dhari kitta tom. Ta. Kitta takka dhari kitta tom. Kitta takka dhari kitta tom. Dhari kitta tom. Thatti ta. Kitta takka tom. Ta. Kitta takka tom. Kitta takka tom. Kitta takka tom. Kitta tom. Thatti ta. Kitta takka tom. Kitta takka tom. Kitta takka tom.
Thank you all for giving me a small part of your day and joining me. I'd like to thank NavaDarshana again. I'm so honored to be a part of the Navaratri celebrations this year, and I hope you have an amazing day. Namaskar.
நவராத்திரியின் 3ஆம் நாளில் சிவபெருமான் தனது இடது கால் பெருவிரலை ஊன்றி நடனமாடத் தொடங்குகிறார். அவ்வாறு அவர் ஆடும் நடனம் திரிபுர தாண்டவம் என்று அழைக்கப்படுகிறது. அந்த திரிபுர தாண்டவத்தின் போதுதான் அஷ்டவசுக்கள் உருவாகிறார்கள். அந்த அஷ்டவசுக்களினுக்கு பிறகு அம்பிகை அங்கு தோன்றுகிறாள். அந்த அம்பிகை பிரம்மச்சாரிணி என்று கருதப்படுகிறாள். அவ்வாறு தோன்றக்கூடிய பிரம்மச்சாரிணி தன்னை வழிபடக்கூடிய அனைத்து அடியவர்களுக்கும் நல் ஞானத்தை வழங்குபவளாக இருக்கிறார். அப்படிப்பட்ட பிரம்மச்சாரிணியை 4 வயது பெண்ணினை கொண்டு வழிபாட்டினை செய்தால் உன்னதமாக இருக்கும் என்று கருதப்படுகின்றது. அன்று அம்பிகை வாராகி என்கின்ற வடிவம் கொண்டு கன்யா கல்யாணி என்கின்ற ரூபத்திலும் காட்சி தருகின்றாளாம். அப்படிப்பட்டவளை ஷண்பக மலர்களை கொண்டும் சம்பங்கி மலர்களை கொண்டும் அலங்காரம் செய்தும் அர்ச்சனை செய்தும் வழிபட்டால் நமக்கு உரிய நல்லன எல்லாம் கிடைக்கும். இந்நாளில் அம்மைக்கு உகந்ததாக சர்க்கரை பொங்கலை செய்து நைவேத்தியமாக கொண்டு வழிபட்டால் நமக்கு நல் ஞானங்கள் யாவும் பரிபூரணமாக கிடைக்கும் என்பது நம்பிக்கை.
Namaste and welcome back to the second session of Garba as a part of Golu Sevai presented by NavaDarshana. Today, we, Natasha Pandit, Suhasini Shankar and I, Nirali Samani, bring to you 5 new traditional combinations of Garba. Only this time, we have pushed it a level up. Before we begin, I would like to thank Priya Akka and NavaDarshana for giving me this opportunity, Natasha Pandit and Suhasini Shankar for their constant support, Saradya Creative Spaces for giving us this wonderful space, and special thanks to Sridhar Vaidya and Harish Ram from the 84mm studio for shooting this, and Sneha Shijit for helping us with the lights and sound. Garba is the folk dance form of Gujarat. It is danced during Navaratri. Navaratri literally stands for the 9 nights. It is dedicated to goddess Durga, the feminine form of divinity. Due to current circumstances, we may not be able to come together and celebrate. But through this session, I hope to bring to you a little bit of that energy and that flavor of joy. For those of you who were present for our last session, you know the significance of the Tata step. So let's have a quick recap. For you to be able to know Garba, you need to know a little bit of the hop that is done while we do Garba, which is that you need to be on the ball of your foot for that, this part of the foot. And the hop is like this. 1. Tatta, 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 tatta. For those of you who are not present for our last session and want to learn the basic traditional steps of Garba, then please click on the link given in the description. So let's begin with our first combination. The speciality of this combination is that all this while, in all the combinations that we presented, we were taking a turn forward. But in this particular combination, we will be taking a turn backwards. So finally, when you do it in a circle, you will be traveling anti-clockwise. Let's give them a look. 5, 6, 7, you go. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5 and 6. So as you saw, we were taking a turn backwards. Let's break this down for you guys. What is happening? You step forward with your left on and. Let me tell you, and is in half beat. So if 1 and 2 are whole numbers, and is the half beat. Okay? So and you step with your left leg forward. 1, you knock on your ball of your foot besides the left leg. So let's do that. And 1. After this, for and 2, you take a turn over your right shoulder and there is the tata step that's here. And 1, right, left, right. You do the same thing that we did forward, behind. 2, 3, and 1, right, left, right, and 2, right, left, right. What's happening here is, the first time when we're doing and 2, we're taking a turn. The second time when we're repeating, instead of taking a turn, we're facing the same direction. Let's watch it again. And 1, and 2, and 3, face the same direction. And after this, you take the turn with your left leg leading. 5, 6, 7, you go. 5 and 6. And you finish facing back. Let's show them how the whole step works. 5, 6, 7, you go. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. What are your hands doing? Your hands are clapping. 5, 6, 7, you go. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. If you're wondering how the swing happens, then try to relax your elbows and all you're doing is curling your hands. And you swing your hands along with it. And take your turn along with the hands. We now come to the second combination of today. This combination is traditionally known as Dodyu. We will be teaching you a basic version of Dodyu. Let's begin. Let's show it to them how the whole Dodyu looks like. 5, 6, 7, you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's break down this Dodyu for you guys. What happens? You step with your right leg diagonally forward. Right. And then you do a shuffle. What is a shuffle? When one leg nudges the other leg to go forward. So if my right leg is forward, the left leg will nudge the right leg to go further more. Okay? Let's do that. 5, 6, 7, you go. Right, left, right. Please be aware, do not transfer your weight back onto the left leg. So my weight is completely on the right leg. The left leg just pushes the right leg forward and your weight finally is on the right leg. One more time. 5, 6, 7, you go. Right, left, right. Hold it there. After this, you repeat the same thing on the left side, forward, diagonally, leading with your left leg. Let's do it. Left, right, left. Do the same thing again, diagonally backwards with your right leg leading. Right, left, right. And now all you have to do is take a turn over your right shoulder and do the same thing with left leg, left, right, left, going backwards. Left, right, left. Hope it's not too confusing. Let's do it one more time. 5, 6, 7, you go. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Take a turn over your right shoulder and left, right, left. After this, you again have to do a right, left, right to go forward, but only this time you're going to do a kick with your right leg. How does that look? Kick and then shuffle left, right and finish with left, right, left and take a turn with your right, left, right. Right, left, right. Okay? One more time. Come back here. We finished here. Kick with the right, left, right. Do one more. Left, right, left. And finish with the right, left, right. see how the whole combination looks just with the legs. 5, 6, 7, you go. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, kick, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and that's where you stop. So what do your hands do? They swing along with the step. What's happening? When you take your right leg, your left hand leads, and when you take your left leg, your right hand leads. So your left hand comes from this side and your right hand goes down. So it's like basically a rowing, but not rowing technically. So it's this, but rowing more gracefully rather. So it's like this and like this and like this. 5, 6, 7, you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it there. When you're kicking, at the same time, there's a clap there. 5, 6, 7, 8. What's happening? You clap here, and then when you take the lead with the left leg, your left hand goes down and your right hand comes up. Let's do it one more time. 5, 6, 7, you go. 5 and 6. Like you see, right hand up, left hand cross, and then like I mentioned in the last class, you could take a turn like this, you could take a turn like that, imagining there's a stole that you're holding and you're swirling the stole around you, or you could take a clap turn, or you could swing, or you could just go as low as possible and take a turn, which is like that, whichever works for you. But for now, let's decide one, which is this one. Okay, 5, 6, 7, go, clap, and there, and swing your hand. So the beauty of this step is that when you do it, you have to be very close to the ground. The more close to the ground you are, the beautiful the step will look. So that means you need to bend your knee, and every time you take a step, you need to lift your leg. At least the first step, lift your leg. 5, 6, 7, go lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, go lower. 5, 6, 7, 8. One more thing, when I'm taking a turn, I go a little cross. I don't exactly go forward, but I take my right leg and go cross and then take a turn. Let's do it one more time. 5, 6, 7, you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8. That just adds on to the flair. We now come to the third combination of today, and this combination is the most famous combination danced currently. It is known as the Set step. Set is a university in Ahmedabad, and people over there dance this combination for hours and hours, be it on slow music or fast music. What is this step? It is technically just cross and out, but the way you do it is when you bend down and come up. So let's see how the step goes. Let's show that. 5, 6, 7, you go, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 and 12. So let's break it down for you guys. You diagonally cross with your left leg and you push your right leg out. 1. Alright, let's finish that. 5, 6, 7 and 1. Move forward, do the same with your right leg, and 2. One more time, repeat it, and 3. After this, you change your direction. Your right is out, cross with your right, and place your left leg forward facing the left. And then you go backwards. Step back with your left and knock with your right. 5. Step back with your right and knock with your left. 6. Let's do this till here. 5, 6, 7, you go, and 1 and 2 and 3, change change your direction, go backwards and finish with the left. So you finish with your left leg and your whole weight is on the right. Now you take the lead with your left leg, only addition is that the hip is also added. Let's show it to them. And 7. You see that little pop out there? That is required. After that, you take a turn over your right shoulder facing the right and step with the right leg. And 8. Continue doing the same turn and now take the lead with the left leg. And 9. And face forward with the last and 10. So this is how you take a turn. You're taking a turn but you're breaking in between. Let's do it one more time. We finished here facing the left. 5, 6, 7, you go, and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Let's show them the whole step. 5, 6, 7, you go, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and voila. If you would have noticed, all the ands is where you go down. On all the ands, you relax your knees. On all the ands, you go close to the ground. Let's do it one more time. 5, 6, 7, you go down and up, down and rise, cross and face, go backwards, let the hip take the lead, 2 more, 6 and turn. That's it. What are your hands doing? In the previous one, you remember this one? It is somewhere along the same lines, only this time we're doing this. So your elbow is completely facing down and you have a fist, like a proper fist. And the other hand is going diagonally down. So if you're crossing with your left, your left hand comes up like this and your right hand goes out. So your legs are mimicking the hands. 5, 6, 7, you go, and 1 and 2 and 3 and hold your skirt. So 4, don't finish that way, you hold your skirt. When you go backwards, continue holding your skirt. And 5 and 6, hold it there. When you do the hip movement, raise your right hand up. Raise your right hand up, palms facing the sky or the ceiling. And 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 and 12. So this is how you do your hands. Now let's combine your hands and the legs and show them. 5, 6, 7, you go, and 1 and 2 and hold your skirts, go back, raise your hand, there, and take your turn. 6, 7. That is your third combination. So we now come to the fourth combination of today. So let's have a look. 5, 6, 7, you go, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 and 12 and tata and finish. So let's see how we can break this down. We start with our left leg. We cross our left leg on and we push out our right leg on 1. Let's show it there. 5, 6, 7, you go, and 1. Almost like and instead of showing your toes forward, you point your heel up. So what happens is automatically when you point your heel, your shoulder frame will face the left diagonal. Let's see that. 5, 6, 7, you go, and 1. Now instead of going forward with your right, you go back with your right. And 2. Same rule, point your heel and shoulder facing the right diagonal. You do this twice. To add a little bit of spice to the step, add a hop on and. 5, 6, 7, you go, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. What happens after this? You start crossing. Now when you cross and do the next set, you're taking a turn. How is a turn? You're breaking the turn into side and angles. So we finish with our left leg. Cross with your left leg and push your right leg out. And 5. I'm facing you. Next thing, when you cross with your right leg, face the diagonal. And 6. Please notice I'm taking a turn over my right shoulder or towards my right side. Now, when you cross with the left leg, face the right side. And 7. Do the same thing with your right leg facing the right diagonal. And 8. Now I'm going to be backing you with my left cross. And 9. And do the same thing, finish with your right cross and the last cross facing the left diagonal. And 10. My counts would have gone haywire, but let's do it one more time. 5, 6, 7, you go, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. That's it. These many crosses are required to take a half circle. Let's do it from the top. 5, 6, 7, you go, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. That's all. For the first 4 counts, we are standing upright. For all the other crosses that we take in a turn, we are bending down. So you bend with your back, you go lower. 5, 6, 7, you go and point and change your frame and change your frame. And now start going lower. Go. Low, 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 and low. Now when you're taking this turn and when you're doing these crosses, so when you cross with the left and with your right, in order to do the next step, flick your right and cross and step out. Flick your left and cross and step out. So that flick and that swing will add to the beauty of the step. Let's show them the flick and the swing, but from the top. 5, 6, 7, you go, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we're facing the left diagonal and we have the left leg out. What happens after this? You transfer your weight onto the left leg. At the same time, you're kicking with the right leg and clapping at the same time. So there are too many things happening. Transfer, kick, clap. Okay? So you clap and shuffle and ta-ta while you turn. 5, 6, 7, you go. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10, and 11, and 12, and 13, and 14. What are the first 4 counts doing? Your first 4 counts make a frame. So if your right leg is out, the left hand comes up and the right hand crosses. And this time, snap or click when your leg comes out. Let's show it then. 5, 6, 7, you go, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. What's happening after this? The way you make a frame here, you're going to make a frame near your waist. What you need to keep in mind is the way you do this when you're standing upright. You're doing the same thing with your hands, but like this. So when your left leg crosses and your right leg goes out, your right hand comes forward. Whereas when you do it above, your left hand is up and right hand crosses. So it's the same idea, but right hand comes forward when your right leg goes out, when you're bending down. Watch it once again very carefully. 5, 6, 7, you go, and 1, and 2, sorry, and 3, and 4. Right hand comes forward. 5, and 6. Right hand comes, and left, and right, and left, and transfer, clap, and shuffle, and tata, and there. Like we said, if you really want to enjoy, bend down, give that arch here, clap, flick, kick there. There is this nice curve that you can give. You can even make it slower by giving this wave feeling with your hands, and then you swing your hands. So let's think about all those little flary moments that we can add to this combination and do it for you for the last time. 5, 6, 7, you go. 1, smile, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this is where we end with our fourth combination. We now come to the final combination of today. It is a Dodyu variation. So let's have a look. 5, 6, 7, you go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. So this is how this combination looks. Let's break it down further. If you remember how Dodyu looks, this is just a variation of that. In the Dodyu, we were stepping with our right leg towards the right diagonal. In this combination, we are doing the same thing but crossing with our right. So you cross with your right leg and then you do that shuffle and there. So you're doing the same shuffle but in a cross. Let's show to that. 5, 6, 7, you go. Right and right. Do the same thing with the left leg. Cross, left and left. Make sure that your weight is completely on the left leg at the moment and your right leg is completely free. Only so that you can do the next bit. The next bit is called a shane or a travelling turn. So you take a turn while you travel. So you step with your right, turn over your right shoulder and step with your left. This is where I'm facing back. Step with your right again, turn over your right shoulder and point. So let's do it from the top. 5, 6, 7, you go. Right and right, left and left. Take a shane with your right, right, left, right, point. Do the same thing with your left leg, left, right, left, point. Since you can see, the weight is completely on the left, right is free. So you step forward with your right. Step forward with your right, completely transfer your weight. Then step in place with your left, transfer your weight and step back with your right. Do this again, but only this time you will include a turn. Let's see how that goes. Right, left, right. Take a turn with your right shoulder and place your left leg forward and do the same thing. Right, left, right and right, left, right, turn. After this, you take 2 consecutive turns forward but on the ball of your foot. You do remember, right? In last class I told you, this is the ball of your foot. So finish with your left leg forward and now take a turn leading with your right leg forward on the ball of your feet. Right and right and. You will finish with your left leg forward. So let's show them how the whole step looks only with the legs. 5, 6, 7, you go and 1, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 and 12 and 13 and 14 and 15 and 16 and 17 and 18. Yeah, it's a long step and a long dodi. What happens with your hands? When you're doing the first two diagonal movements, your left hand goes above your head and your right hand sweeps at the same time. So it's a very simultaneous movement. When your left hand goes towards the right side, your right hand goes towards your left and takes a longer sweep. So we're doing the same thing, but left hand goes faster than the right hand. 5, 6, 7 and 1. There. And then you do the same thing with your other side. Let's do it. 5, 6, 7. You go and 1 and 2. You don't have time to finish your circle all the way there because you have the next movement. Let's show it with the legs. 5, 6, 7. You go and 1 and 2. There. What happens then? Then you just leave your hand almost relaxed when you're taking a turn. Not too low, not too up, but shoulder level. And now you take a turn. 1 and 2, clap. So when you're pointing with your leg, you clap at the same time. Do the same thing on the left side. Turn, 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 clap. Okay? So when you point, you clap. When you do the forward movement, you are acting like as if your hands are wipers. So they go out, in, out, in. This is what the hands are doing. Okay? So you swipe out, cross and down. Do the same thing. And 7 and this time, since you don't have the time to go all the way down, you take a turn. And 8. That's where you finish. And do the same thing that we did forward here. And there and 1 and turn. And where do you add a little bit of masala to this step? So when you're taking the turn with your hands, when you're swiping rather, arch your back nicely. And at the same time, since you're doing the shuffle, if you remember, you have to be closer to the floor as well. So it will look like this. So it's almost like you're swooping down and coming back up. So you bend, and by the time you finish your shuffle, you're almost risen up. 5. Let's show them. 5, 6, 7. You go, swoop and up. Do the same thing on the other side. Swoop and up. Now when you're taking a circle, take a circle and clap. There. So you're clapping on your right side and you arch your back. And to add even more flair, you can look up there. So you can look up diagonally. So that gives you a little bit of more flair. Let's show them the whole thing. 5. Right and left side. 5, 6, 7. You go. Swoop. Swoop. Turn. There. Turn. There. Once you finish this, remember the wiper movement? Let's do that. So swoop and down. Stay there. When you do the second one, try to go lower and take the impotence when you take the turn. So with the lower you go, the more the impotence for you to take the turn. 5, 6, 7. You go. Ta, ri, ra. And take the impotence and turn. Ta, ri, ra. Take the impotence and turn. After this, like I said, you take 2 consecutive turns forward, and every time you take a turn, you clap. Let's show you that. Start with your right leg. 5. And on your ball of your foot. 5, 6, 7. You go. Turn and turn and. So when you spot and take a turn, your body reaches first and your face follows. Let's do it slowly. And there. And when you do the same thing a little faster, it will look like this. And there. Let's see. Let's take just the turn. 5, 6, 7. You go. 5, 6. There. And this is where we end the fifth combination. But before we end, let's finally show the final step of today. 5, 6, 7. You go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 and 12 and 13 and 14 and 15, 16. Now that you've seen all these steps, let's have a look at how these steps look on music. Each of these combinations will be repeated 4 times on a slow paced music and a fast paced music. So let's have a look. come to an end of this session. We hope you were able to enjoy and feel the energy and the spirit of Garba as much as we did. I would once again like to thank Priya Akka and NavaDarshana for giving me this opportunity, Natasha Pandit and Suhasini Shankar for their constant support throughout, Saradya Creative Spaces for giving us this wonderful space, and special thanks to Sridhar Vaidya and Harish Ram of the 84mm studio for shooting this, and Sneha Shijit for constant support and helping us with the lights and sound. And last but not the least, I, Nirali Samani, thank you for watching and participating, and be safe, and here's all of us wishing you a very happy Navaratri.
Janani ninnu vina, Janani ninnu vina, Amba Janani ninnu vina, Dikevaram Yevarum Nadikevarum Jagamulona Ganara Amba Janani Niluvina Dikevaram Jagamulona Ganara Amba Janani Niluvina Dikevaram Jagamulona Ganara Amba Janani ninnu vina. Manasi Jamana Sammodini Manasi Jamana Sammodini Manasi Jamana Sammodini Vina Vina Manavini Vini Nalu Bromu Vina Vina Manavini Vini Nalu Bromu Vina Vina Manavini Vini Nalu Bromu Ni pani ni sa ni sa ni sa gari sa ga ga ma ga gari sa ni sa gari ni sa ri sa ni pa ni sa ga ga ma ga gari sa ga ga ma ni sa ga ga ma ni da ma ni sa ga ga ma gari ni sa ni da ma gari sa ni pa janani nilnu vina na वरदायकी 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 गादा ओ कनी ब्रोव ओ कनी ब्रोव करुणादय राधा वरदायकी गादा ओ कनी ब्रोव करुणादय राधा नेरणं विना नातो मुवादा नेरणं विना नातो मुवादा नेरणं विना नातो सरसिज हरि हरनुत पाद सरसिज हरि हरनुत पाद निरवधिक सुखदा यकियनु चुविनि नीनु चालगोलिचिति निरत मुखतनयुनि मोरलुवेनि नीरनीतिज चूटकुयवरिकि तरलो विनुमाइति गणमा समयमिदि कृपसलु पुदुरु सुग सरसिरु लोचनि सुवासिनि तामसकु చేయకని బ్రోవు జనని నిన్ను వినా కేవరం వా జగభూలోనా కానరా అంబజనని నిన్ను వినా అంబజనని నిన్ను వినా త్రిలోక జనని నిన్ను వినా